Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, in today's video I'm going to be talking about upcoming month's side event. And in this video I'm not going to be trying to explain exactly how it's going to work step by step. I'm sure you guys are going to get it, and it's worded much more complex than it should be. There's more flavor text, I think, and vague description kind of thing that there should be. The base point idea is throughout the month you're going to be able to do 32 quests, and you have 3 choices in between those quests. So you can either do 32 times the same quest, or you can choose to split them out how you want. Each quest has some small prizes, kind of like an arcade, but the base idea is that you will have to choose in between whether you want to acquire shards or whether you want to acquire catalysts on your kind of like main prizes, which you can select twice a week. And the same thing is that these arcades award different rewards. One of them is shards, one of them is catalyst, one of them is a bit of both, which is overall the best game to play because it's going to be longer, but it has more rewards overall. Right, but ultimately, what this video is going to be about is going to be about who to choose in your main rewards, basically, where to invest your month in. Crystal shards or catalysts. And here is the thing, forever and ever, for the longest time, I have always defended the prospect of guaranteed value in this game. And guaranteed value isn't catalyst in this case, it's in items. It's basically where you take the choice or the luck element out of it, and you're left with a solid guaranteed item that you will be able to use at one point in time, where there is no spinning involved. It's just something you know that you're going to get and you can count on. And that's why, even though at times picking up catalysts might feel like you're missing out on some opportunities to open crystals, or sometimes picking catalysts might feel a bit underwhelming compared to looking at 6-star shards, I still have always and forever defended the quests and the items and base idea of guaranteed value, because statistically when you open a crystal, you're not really going to get what you're looking for. Right. However, at the current state of the game, I'm starting to reconsider, and that is what this video is about, and that is the reason why I specifically, for this 1 month side event, chose to make this video. Because even early on for this event, I immediately said I'm likely to go for catalyst, because that's what I always do. But when I actually got to see the rewards in front of me, I am having my doubts, and at this point I think I'm like 90% gonna go for crystal shards. And I want to explain where I arrived, why I arrived at this conclusion. Perhaps it's gonna change some of your choice as well. And perhaps you disagree with me, which is perfectly fine. You can drop down comment section and tell me exactly why, because ultimately we each play our own game, we each have different needs, we know what's best for ourselves. And if you are in a situation where you have all the champions that you need and you just need rank up materials to rank them up, that's perfect. However, even though I do have stacked account, looking at these rewards right here currently, I feel kind of underwhelmed by them. That's partially because of influx and rewards in our game economy or regular circulation. Definitely largely also due to Glory Store, for instance. And even increase in AQ rank rewards. In this case, for instance, those 5 to 2% tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals. They're awesome. Obviously I want tier 5 CC. But it doesn't seem all that much anymore when you earn double that every week with AQ only. And that's if you don't choose to use any glory for it. Because you get 10%, which is exactly what's there for doing epic modifiers. And then if you rank high enough, you get, again, 10 or more or slightly less percent based on your alliance prestige. And currently, my personal main problem is tier 2 alpha catalyst. And given choice, at the moment, I don't want anything to do with TFI Basic Catalyst. Because one of my most legitimate problems, and this might sound like a first world problem, or you can define it as you will, is that I have significantly more TFI Basic Catalysts that I'm able to use. Because for whatever reason, the game economy currently is overloading many players with TFI Basic Catalysts and underselling Tier 2 Alphas and Tier 4 class Catalysts, which both have become legitimate problems and issues for me. And right now, if I were to go entire month selecting catalysts, you can see that I would effectively obtain 2 Tier 2 Alpha catalysts, 25,000 TFI Basic Catalyst fragments, 10% TFI CC. I would want TFI CC. I obviously want Tier 2 Alpha, but it's only 2. To cost comparison, acquiring 25,000 TFI Basic fragments pretty much offsets that amount of Tier 2 Alpha anyways. That would be how many Tier 2 Alphas I have to use per TFI Basic. And the number obviously varies depending whether you take up a 5-star from rank 4 to 5, whether you take up 6-star from rank 1 to 2, or whether you take up 6-star from rank 3 to 4. But still, you could calculate it that you're basically going to get as many TFI Basic Catalysts fragments, as many Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts you're going to need. So in my current position where I'm struggling for Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts and Tier 4 class Catalysts, I would actually be stuck in the same place, because for every Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragment that I get, I would acquire basically equivalent amount of TFI Basics, so I wouldn't move anywhere forward in trying to clear my stash down of TFI Basics. Addition to that, as I mentioned, it does look quite underwhelming, especially when you take a look at the number 2 Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts and half a TFI Basic Catalyst basically, and 10% TFI CC, compared to the rewards that you get if you pick Shards. In this case, you'd get 9,000 6-star Shards and basically 2 5-star crystals, 10,000 5-star crystal Shards and 5-star featured hero crystal, which are quite likely to get you close to 10,000 6-star hero crystal Shards. And right now, I think I'd rather take my chances with crystal Shards, even though I know that it's likely not going to end up great or well. But the alternative is that I'm not going to get any further to where I want to be if I pick catalysts, because again, I'm not going to sort out my Tier 12 catalyst shortage. I'm just going to pile up a bit on both of the catalysts, but it's going to be pretty much the same amount that's needed. Another real legitimate issue for quite a lot of people these days is ISO. And if the event is going to function the way I think it does, it's unfortunately not going to help anybody either way, because we do not have access to any of the smaller crystals, because currently 4-star crystal is by far the best way of acquiring ISO, because it's guaranteed 24 ISO blocks, the same amount that you get for a 5 or a 6-star hero dupe. And in fact, it's quite ironic that currently in game, duping a 4-star champion is better value quite often than duping a 6-star champion, because you at least get the 5-star chance. Or at the very least, duping a 5-star champion is 100% better value than duping a 6-star champion, because you get 6-star shards and the same amount of ISO. There's definitely something fundamentally wrong with the ISO in this game. And I think much more than ever before, I have heard that ISO is #1 struggle in the game for many people. That was my #1 struggle when I started my new account, my mini account last year. And seemingly this same problem kind of just has been exaggerated even further. Unfortunately, this side event is not going to provide significant help to either one of those aspects. But I think from the first glance, my plan is obviously going to be to go for this Super Hyper Turbo Special Fatal Ultra Mutant Showdown Remastered quest. Reason being is because you get more stamps for it, which effectively will just get you more stuff. And it also has a mix of rewards from both of the previous quests, so I think this is the game to go for. I personally plan to play this game 32 times. Or if I'm gonna play other games, and that's just gonna be for like a video or something. And right now, I am quite strongly considering just to go for the shard rewards instead of the catalyst, because as I mentioned, the amount of catalysts seems quite underwhelming when you compare to the progression of Glory Store and the game economy overall, versus TF5 basics used to be extremely rare, and even TF5 CCs used to come only ever so often. But the circulation definitely has increased. Obviously, everybody wants more always, but they're not anywhere near as valuable as they were a year or a year and a half ago. Now, 6-star shard value obviously has gone down as well, but nowhere near as much. So I think when you compare a 6-star hero crystal today to a TF5 basic, you get something more valuable, but it wouldn't have been the case a year ago. So as the availability of these resources change, obviously we all should be free to change our own set, kind of like opinions about things. And evidently that is what I am doing right now. I am starting to see more value in 6-star hero crystal shards because they are not as easy to obtain compared to how easy it has become to obtain TF5 basic and the rest of the catalysts if you're playing the game at the higher level in Alliance Quest Map 7 and Top End Alliance or so on and so forth. So yes, I just wanted to make a video discussing shards versus catalysts. So let me know, which one will you pick? And that will do for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I made you think at least a little bit. And if I did, then it's a success, because that is the point of the channel. Also, whilst you're here, a sub to the channel would be absolutely marvelous. Thank you very much, and see ya.